not gonna lie, I kind of missed Al and his antics.
Oh, hey. What's up, guys?
Oh my goodness. Daniel came. Don't do it. Don't turn around and walk out the door. Like, it's gonna get hostile.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight Australia Season 9, Episode 32, because 31 was pointless. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it. So the reason why I didn't do a review for Episode 31 was not because I was lazy this time, it's just, it was pointless. All the couples besides Dominica and Jack basically are reiterating the fact that they should not be together. Okay, we had Mitch, who thinks all relationships are all relationships are volatile, and that's why he refuses to give his relationship a title.
Is our relationship that we've built in here, is it going to be enough when we leave?
There's no way right now to know that.
Then we had Cody, whose failure to commit finally sent Selena off the edge.
Do you see me in your future? I'm done with this. I'll pack my bags and I'll go back home.
Well, I obviously want to make this work. I want it to work with you.
Tamara has not, does not, and will never respect Brent, his occupation, his feelings, nothing.
I've got a career to go home to. He's 33 years old and I'm sorry, we wait tables. Own it.
So I have two options, let loose or walk away.
Olivia and Jackson are absolutely perfect, besides the fact that she's a horrible human being.
If Liv doesn't get along with my friends or family, I'll really be having to do some hard thinking.
You have to understand that I might not want to be included in plans that involve them.
And Dominica and Jack are great. So yeah, that was episode 31. Episode 32 basically was a mini reunion where all the couples returned and they had guys' night and girls' night. The guys' night wasn't as dramatic, so I'm gonna start with them. Dion and Carolina are obviously a hot topic for both parties. And when Dion arrives to the guys' night, everyone's wondering if he's been able to get back on his feet, how are you doing? Have you been dating? What's the tea?
Did you ever try trying?
Yeah, I gave trying a go. That didn't work.
Why didn't you just go for a run with her like she wanted?
I don't run.
Are you over it now? Have you moved on?
Can I tell you, I don't need no negativity in my life. I need nothing but positivity.
I don't mean to be rude, as I'm about to say something rude. I feel like there's a reason why Dion would have to sign up for a show like this. And I'm not gonna get into it more than that. Okay, so Daniel turns up and the reception is not warm at all.
Pretty intimate setting.
Didn't the mood just get really awkward?
He goes on to tell them that they have been dating outside the show. They basically live together at this point. They've had sex. They see a future together. And once he gets all of it out, Dion is like, are you done? Because I have a few words to say.
She threw away a diamond and she picked up a rock.
Oh, come on, Dion.
He's right.
He's right. He's 100% right.
What are you putting your hands in telling me to come on?
Because it's not
What? It's not a what?
an award ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in his speech, he kind of says, he was stripped of the opportunity to have a romantic, he was stripped of the opportunity to pursue romantic potential. Yeah. With Carolina, newsflash, baby boy. All those things she said to you about not being attracted to you was before she had even seen Daniel's face. She didn't even know who that person was, and she had written you off completely. As soon as she walked down the aisle and they made eye contact, she was done. Never was going to give it a chance at all. So I get feeling disappointed that it didn't work out. But to think that if Daniel wasn't a factor, y'all would have had a chance. No. And Dion is a great guy, sweet person, very successful, and he is attractive. He's not a schlub or a tree monster or a gremlin or anything like that. I don't know why those are the examples that I chose to use, but he's none of those things. It's just, it was never going to be there with Carolina, regardless of Daniel, right? So Mitch is easily the angriest person, second to Dion, and he lets Daniel have it.
You in love with that gay, bruh? You wigging, eh?
What do you mean wigging?
You wigging,
Dude,
bro.
if
You're
you say that
stressing.
shit in the real world, you get yourself knocked out. You don't say that shit about someone's girl.
You're not gonna
but you're not going to do shit. Why would you talk to my girl like that?
I'd have your wine too. You're a clown, bruh, you peasant.
You're such a little jealous kid.
Jealous?
How's your relationship going?
Brilliant.
How's your relationship
Brilliant,
going?
bro. It's
You're full of
genuine.
shit.
Hey?
Honestly, Daniel for me was so self-righteous, talking about, you know, I'm this kind of person. I want to be this kind of role model. And he's like turned out to be, you know, the villain of the season. And it's just so interesting to me that like, is this the role model you want to set for your niece? But all y'all saying the show is fake. So like, is the niece storyline even real at all? And in as much as, I also do want to say this, and as much as I know most of the show is heavy-handedly, you know, produced, I like to just dive into the stories because it's more interesting for me that way, right? So say it's real. You're out here saying you're this noble guy, you know, you've lost so much in life and because of it, you want to cherish the rest of life that you have. You want to build this whirlwind romance, this beautiful partnership so your niece can have a great aunt to look at. And then it turns out you are the menace. You are the problem. Yo, that's rich. Daniel is so, And then it was so funny watching Mitch being like, you know, have the respect to wait until the process is over. Oh, is that why this wife swap happened? Is that how that came to be? Y'all was just waiting it out? Interesting. So since we are talking about Tamara inadvertently, the girls' night is at one of the restaurants that Brent actually co-manages. Tamara couldn't give a crap.
I think he waits tables. He says he's a restaurant specialist. I have no idea. I think he makes shit up to sound good, to be honest. I'm so over it. I have no idea. Everything's just full of ego.
I'm so confused. Does she actually not know what he does? She really thinks he's a busboy? And that's it? And even if that was, okay, girl, don't be rude. But, like, has he not told her about the business that he had before COVID? And that, I believe, once things get back to normal, especially now having this notoriety, he's going to be back in full swing. Not a problem. His hospitality business is going to be booming like never before. So I'm like, girl, if your only issue with him, well, she also calls him moody and, you know, Aggie, basically. If your major issue with him is his career, wait it out. Just hear me out. Wait it out. Because I almost guarantee he was living a better lifestyle than you. I'm just saying, COVID took a hit. For a lot of people, it has been hard to bounce back. But I feel like Brent's bounce back is gonna be great. Okay, so moving on to the actual party itself, Celine has been hearing rumors about what's been going on. And as soon as she arrives, she asks about the retreat, like, in seconds of her sitting down. She's like, so what happened? What happened, guys? What happened? And the room is adamant on saying, listen, it's a sore subject. We don't want to talk about it. She's not going to let it go.
Hello? Guys, childish. No one's hearing me? We're here for, like, finding out what's going on. I just want to catch up. You know what? This is why I wore this evil eye, to protect me against the bitches.
After referring to the women as bitches, saying that they're all ignoring her, she uses her favorite term and calls them childish. Childish. Celine. See, Celine's been hanging out with her son too much because hold on. That came out wrong. That came out wrong because she should hang out with her son as much as possible. All I'm saying is, instead of her teaching her son things, I think her son has been teaching her how to be childish, because in her relationship with Anthony, she's been childish. And the way that she's conducted herself at the dinner parties has been childish. Now here she is again being childish, yet it's everyone else who's childish. Interesting. Tamara and Celine get into it, like really get into it. And Celine calls her out for constantly... Yo, Celine, and as much as I do not like her, this altercation was hilarious. So Celine is like, oh, you yell a lot. I'm not Brent, though. Why would you say that?
The fact you can just stab at me and say you've led Brent on. Like, no.
I'm saying how I seen it.
Babe, you didn't sleep in the same room as your partner.
Oh, mate, don't. Why are you bringing that up?
Why are you bringing this up? You left week 2 as well. How about we go back to your relationship? You, Celine.
That girl can scream. I'm not Brent.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Celine had no filter tonight, okay? And honestly, I kind of, sort of, maybe-ish, a little bit agree with her when she says she was leading Brent on, because it's clear that the feelings she had the first day when she met Brent are still the feelings that she has now, in terms of not respecting his career choices, not really seeing him as a man's man. That's been, carrying on throughout the season. She just hasn't brought it up as much as she has near the latter end. So I'm kind of with Celine. It's just Celine's delivery is trash, so it's really hard to side with her. Of course, Dion and Carolina come up in conversation, and the only person who doesn't know about the affair is Jess. And as soon as Jess arrives, everybody is quick to loop her in.
They started texting the day after you two broke up.
The day that we left?
Okay.
They came into the commitment ceremony hand in hand.
No one knew.
2 weeks later.
She was still married to Dale the whole time.
My thing with the Jess storyline is like, of course, yeah, let her know. You don't want her to be like blindsided with the information itself, but they're making it seem like, there was a crossover between her relationship and Carolina's relationship with Daniel, when she had already pulled herself out. Until, I was gonna say up until she left, Daniel didn't do anything, but he did kind of flirt with the idea at the dinner party, right? So, okay, maybe there's some murky water there. But for the most part, he didn't act on anything until Jess removed herself from the experiment. So technically it's fair game in that relationship. It's fair game between Jess and Daniel, right? Apparently, there was a text from Carolina telling Dion that there shouldn't be any hard feelings because this is just an experiment.
Next time I will message someone, I will run by you to see what I should choose my words.
You said it's just a TV show. Like, that's even insensitive to all of us who've been through shit in this experiment.
Smart ass.
I get that it's an experiment, and I get that there's certain storylines that want to be pushed, but at the end of the day, like, unless every single person on the cast is a paid actor, there are real feelings involved, So experiment or not, I'm a real person experiencing what is happening here. And if I'm offended by something, I'm offended, regardless of this being a social experiment or this being the real world. I am offended, So it's a little touch and go for me. If everybody's a paid actor, then sure, it's an experiment. You match with who you match with when you want to match with them. But if there are some people who are really here for genuine relationships, then you can't diminish it to just being an experiment. But I wanted to make a note that Tamara, season's almost over and I still don't know how to say her name. Tamara, we'll go with it, has been on a roll in the yelling department. She almost has Dominica and Olivia running for their money. She's giving them a run for their money in the yelling department. I was like, okay, girl. And Celine's little side comment, I was like, nah, you're just being petty.
And no, it's not just my perspective. It's not just my perspective. It's what it is.
It's perspective.
I thought for sure there would have been more pipe up from Olivia and Dominica, but that's gonna be the next episode. I thought Sunday was the last episode. Clearly it's not. So yeah, that dinner party. What's today? Wednesday? So then Sunday's the dinner party. When are the vows? Somebody tell me when the season is over, because it's dragging. Let's end it, okay? We already know only 2 of these couples actually have the potential to be together. Why are we dragging it along? So, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all know how it goes, and I'll see you guys in the next one.